What's good, guys? Lego Master 999-100 here. 3 days ago, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 released, and so far, I got the PC version. I downloaded it off Steam, probably about 80 bucks, around, more or less around there. So far, it's a great game, but the thing is, just a whole bunch of bugs, glitches, and other stuff that are not supposed to be there. Like, first of all, frame rate problems. Like, usually when I play the game, it usually runs around like 10 to 20 FPS, and it's even at 1080p. Actually in 1080p at low settings, it would run around like 10 FPS, around there, probably around there. That's where it is. And also another thing is, even when it runs around like 20 to 30 FPS, there's a little problem with the mouse. If you set the FPS cap to like 59 to 60 FPS, when you move the mouse, you probably notice that you have this mouse lag over here. I don't know what's causing it, and why won't the developers, like, instead of causing the mouse lag and anything, why won't they just like simply skip over those frames and just make the lag more obvious, instead of like creating this acceleration effect. And usually when I play, I find it so uncomfortable to play like that. I can't play like that. It's really uncomfortable. And second of all, it crashes a lot. Freezes a lot, and then you have this and sometimes you even have this black screen. You have this black screen glitch, and I just hate it because it's causing me to force quit the whole thing. And instead of enjoying the game, I have to do the whole thing again, and I just hate doing all this. So then I need to press Control Shift and Escape to open up the task manager, and then after that you have to force quit the you have to force quit the whole game itself. Third, 4 to 6 gigs are used in my RAM. If you have 8 gigs or lower, I advise you not to get the game on your PC, and instead find another platform, like for example PS4 or Xbox One. Because here's why. If you have usually if you have 8 gigs, usually around 2 to 3 gigs are used in your RAM when you're idle. And if you play the game, you would exceed exactly 8 gigs, because usually sometimes it can exceed up to 6 gigs being used. Sometimes it can even go up to 7, depending on the situation you're on in the game. So if you have below 8 gigs of memory, do not get it unless you have a good, if you have like 16 gigs of RAM or more. Then I'm also having some problems with my rig. I'm gonna be showing you over here, like, the reason why I'm making this video, because I experienced this. So whoever's experiencing this will also know my situation. So if you can read this, you can also pause the video if you want, but you can pause this and just take a quick look at my rig. And here's the major thing. I use an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 765M, 2 gigs DDR5, driver version 358.87. So this graphics card is probably obsolete these days, because it can only run like games back in 2008, 2009, somewhere around there. But for games that are like Black Ops 3 or any game, or like GTA 5, you would need like a 980M definitely if you want to run at 60 FPS all the time, and maybe not run out of graphics memory very easily. So I wanted to upgrade my video card to the 980M, because it had 8 gigs of video memory. I'm not talking about regular memory, but video memory, like memory focused on the video itself. So since I'm using the 765M, I am having problems with the game freezing, having the black screen, and sometimes NVIDIA driver crashes, and you'll have this message. If you're running Windows 10, you'll see a message probably down in the bottom right, saying that it has crashed and has recovered. And I hate it when that happens, because then I have to close the whole game itself and do the same thing like what I said back then. That's the reason why I switched to Intel HD graphics if I'm playing BO3, because it significantly reduces the chance of having your driver to crash. Because if you're using NVIDIA, it's more faster, but the thing is, it can also crash a lot. So whenever time I'm using integrated graphics or Intel HD graphics, it does reduce your frame rate a little. But the thing is, it reduces the amount of it reduces the frequency of how much times your video card is going to crash. But sometimes it does crash. Sometimes while you're playing, sometimes sometimes when you're playing, everything just silently freezes, and I just couldn't do anything. So I have the same thing again. I have to close the whole game itself, and go to the task manager, close the game, restart which checkpoint I am in. So therefore, all these intervening factors are causing me to slow down a lot of when I'm playing. So it just released 3 days, and all my classmates and all my friends, all my gang members, they're like around like level 25, and currently I'm at level 5 just because of all these problems. And I have to do a lot of work to start the whole game itself. So if any people who are working for Activision, or whoever is a developer for BO3, I strongly recommend you have to put this as your top priority, and make sure you fix these problems. So because it's been going around. It's not just me that's being affected, but other people are being affected by this problem. But the thing is, it just released. So maybe some of my friends even told me that some games are has a lot of flaws when they're just released. But the thing is, it's extremely buggy. And I heard some other YouTubers saying that you might have to do a refund if it doesn't work for you, like totally. And anyways, please rate, comment, subscribe. And please check out one of my other videos. Check my featured video in the ending. And stay tuned. Here's an extra. If you watched my previous videos, you can see that my room is more brighter than it's usual. It's because at November 1st of 2015, all clocks all over the North America has switched 1 hour backward. That's what we call daylight saving time. And I just had that right now. So currently it's 5:48 p.m. and it's like as if it's midnight. You can see outside, look how dark it is outside. I could barely see anything. And also, you can see my computer, it changes color. It's pretty sick when you actually look. Let's try looking from behind. Oh, it looks sick. Very killing. So probably I would recommend you play in the dark if you have an Alienware, because like we said, it looks so sick if you actually play in the dark, and you can enjoy all the lights and everything, and you can see that my Steam window is open. So you can see that I got Call of Duty just like a day after the release date. But anyways, that was an extra. Like I said, rate, comment, subscribe, and just stay tuned.